Hey, you guys. Okay, so this is Gianna Jenkins, and y'all know me. This is my whatever we're doing. Okay, so I want to do a little bit quick training on just time management today. So the very first thing with time management is you have to figure out, what am I managing my time for? Like, why am I taking time for, what am I managing my time for? Okay, so the first thing you have to decide is a SMART goal. Okay, so I want you to write down these words: SMART. Letters, not words. Okay, S stands for, okay, so just like this, SMART. S stands for specific. So you need to very first have a specific, if I can spell this right, I can't. Specific, I can't think right now. So you need to have a specific goal. So what are you working towards? So for instance, this week's challenge is 2 + 2 + 2. What does that mean? Okay, it means 2 parties with at least 3 people at each party, which means 2 separate 2-hour appointments. It also means you're going to hold 2 interviews. So from both of those appointments, part of working your business full circle is picking 1 to 2 women from each appointment that you have to share the business with. The words that you'll want to say, get your pens out, is part of my training is to share the business opportunity with 1 to 2 women from every party. And today, Lisa, I chose you because I loved how you worked with other women and that you were so kind and you're so generous. I would love to know your honest feedback about what you think about my business plan and what I'm choosing to do with what I'm choosing to do and why I did this. And part of my training is to sit down with my sales director and you and get your honest opinion and feedback about it. Is there any reason why I couldn't borrow your ears and get your opinion? What is your schedule like in the next 48 to 72 hours? Okay. And then you can call me and say, I'm so excited. I have part of my pearls of sharing. So when you're brand new, you earn your pearls of sharing. And what that means, you get earrings, you get a necklace, you get a bracelet. It's part of a Power Start Plus. Now, all of you guys have heard about your Power Start, which means 30 faces in 30 days. Well, this is a Power Start Plus, which means you had 10 interviews. Okay, so that's a little bit more, but going back to what I had talked about, 2 parties with 3 women, at least 3 to 6 at each appointment, 2-hour time slots, picking 1 to 2 women from each appointment to meet with me within 48 to 72 hours. Why do I say a time zone instead of saying just next week? Closest to the product is the best opportunity because they're still excited, they still remember how they felt, and they don't have too much time to forget that they liked it. Okay, so you want to work with a sense of urgency. And you guys, this honestly, as a brand new consultant or as a seasoned consultant, it's really important that you just do your job. Part of your job is to hold parties, to share the business opportunity with them, and to sell them sets, to take care of them, to keep them as great customers, to add them on a Facebook page, add them to your Mary Kay website, all those things. Okay? So your specific goal: hold 2 parties, share with 2 interviews, which means 2 people, but you could do more. 2 interviews with your sales director or your recruiter, okay? But if you're brand new and your recruiter is fairly new within the last few months and she has not earned all of her pearls and things, you'll definitely want to be able to see if you can meet with me first. So if I'm available, I'll definitely make myself available. And usually 75% of the time, I'm usually available, okay? Or I can figure out a time that works. Now, the last one is $200 in sales. Now, when you're holding 2 parties with 3 to 6 women at each party, your average sales should be anywhere from $150 to $200. Okay, depending on who you're working with. With college students, it's about $150 to $200. Now, each party, so technically this is kind of lowballing it to have a $200 party average, or $200 in sales from 2 parties in a week. But it's something we can all do, right? Right. Okay, so that's your specific goal. Okay, you have to have a specific goal, which is why as a sales director, I try to have a really great weekly challenge for everyone to be able to meet. Now, if your goal is different than that, if you're saying, oh, well, I need more than that. I need more than $100 profit every single week. I'd like double that. Then you can take the goal that I gave you and you can grow it. So if you need double this, you can grow it to, how about a 4 + 4 + 4? But the very first thing before you change what your goal is you want your goal to be not only specific, but you want it to be measurable. Okay, so if you have not held a Power Start, your first goal would be, I'm going to hold a Power Start. And the measurable part, the measuring it, would be to take an empty sheet of paper and to make a list of 30 lines and write down every face that you do. Did they purchase product? Check. Did you want to interview them? Check. Put their phone number and have your list of 30 here so you can really validate yourself and say, I did my 30 faces and the results that I have are right here. From your 30 faces, you should know what your party average is. So if you're, after doing 30 faces, you only had $100 in sales, there's something that we need to come. That's my job, to come and look and say, ooh, okay, we need to look at that, because that is a lot of there's something there that we can train on. Okay, so that's my sign. This is how I know I need to coach you on something else, which is exciting because I get to spend more time with you in that. When you do your Power Start, you earn a beautiful bracelet with a little Power Start pin and a charm, and it's awesome, you guys. A Power Start, honestly, anyone that's wanting success in Mary Kay, a Power Start is a way to get there. Is a Power Start or a Power Start Plus, which is 30 faces and 10 interviews. It's a Power Start Plus, and a Power Start is 30 faces in 30 days. Okay? Okay. So there is that first one, is you need to have this specific goal and you need to have it be measurable. So measurable can be simple. It means you're tracking it. A tracked number grows. So if you can track your numbers, it allows me to come with you and train to make it better. Okay? All right. Now the next one is attainable. Okay, so this is where your planner comes involved. You need to know what is attainable for you, what you're willing to do, and what you're wanting to do. It needs to match, because that right there will tell you what is attainable for you. Okay, attainable, it means you can have it. It can be yours. Now, in Mary Kay, we're taught to think big and dream big, but if you're only willing to do a little bit of work, you can't have huge results come. And to be honest, sometimes we're born, and right here, when, right now, a lot of the generations are coming up and feeling like, I deserve to be great. I deserve this. I deserve to just be a director. I deserve this. So don't get your mind stuck in there. Don't even go there, because a leader is honestly, number one, a servant leader. A servant leader. And she gets to the position because she did the little things that got her to consistency, that built her a base to ground on, a good customer base, sales coming in, an opportunity to be trained, to train other people through her example and not through her words. To be a great consultant. And because she was a great consultant, she naturally knew I wanted to share with other people. So she decided to have the work she's already doing, which is enough to earn her car, become a sales director. Okay, it's a natural thing that will come to you. It's not just something that you can want and not do the work for. Usually you do the work and the want will come. It will come with it. Okay, so let's talk about our planner, because we need to have something attainable. So when you have a planner, I'm going to turn to a page that I haven't marked up, and I mark my planner. I usually mark my planner. I try to do it 2 and 3 weeks ahead of time. And I'm going to show you what my planner looks like. Now, don't freak out, okay? My planner can get a little bit crazy, but that's okay. Here's my crazy planner, okay? Now, I cross things off. I'm not going to show you that very long because I don't want you to look at that and get confused. But the sole purpose of a planner is to realize where your time is going and where you're spending your time and where you want your time to be going, and if it's going in the right places. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is a weekly plan sheet. And this is really important, you guys. Your weekly plan sheet. You can get this on Mary Kay In Touch. This is amazing, especially if you have children and a husband or both or all or whatever, or roommates or something. This weekly plan sheet will help you so much, so they'll know, where's my wife going to be this week, and where's my kids, blah, 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 and where's this and where's that. I remember growing up, we always had a calendar on our what's it called? Refrigerator. And I always saw my name for piano every single week. And I knew that was me and my mom's time. Like, that was my time. I got her undivided attention. She'd have to sit in a car while I was at piano, and we'd come back. So you guys, this is not just for you. This is for the people that you care about and that you love, so they can know that they're still a part of your life, because they don't see this, okay? And to be honest, sometimes if they do see this, they won't be crazy. They'll be like, oh my gosh, your life is crazy, right? Okay, and it's not crazy. It's because sometimes this is how you know, like, a personality type when she goes crazy on her notes. You just know that's her personality type, and that's how she learns. But I also really love looking at an empty planner like this when I get to do, I get fresh. So I would really suggest that you have your whiteout. Okay, I would really suggest that you have whiteout so that you can white out things and keep things more clean on your planner. Okay, but this one, you're going to transfer what you have in your planner after you've done a really good base, and then you're going to put it on here. Now, how this works, Mary Kay always taught, it's faith first, family second, and career is always third. So faith meaning, what do you have in your faith that you need to do? Do you get up and study with your family? Do you do personal studies? Do you do family night? Do you have church that you go to? Do you have nighttime church that you go to? What does your schedule look like? And you're going to put faith in first. Okay, it's not that you have to, it's your faith. It's important to you, and it should be. And Mary Kay Ash always said, when you can keep your priorities straight, meaning faith first, family second, career third, women can typically have a lot more success, because when you keep your priorities straight, it just works. She said, in this order, everything works, and out of this order, nothing works. So I really took that to heart. So when my business isn't going very good, or I'm frustrated about something, to be honest with you, I really go back to my planner and say, where's my faith walk? Where's my faith walk going? And everyone's faith walk is very different, but there are things that I know I want to be doing. And sometimes if I choose not to do it, I'm like, you don't want to put an overload and say, well, I need to do this 5 hours a day and da 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 da. No, you're going to know what you need to do. And really, I feel like it gives you consistency. When you work for yourself, it's really important to have consistency, to create your own schedule, to get up on a certain time, to go to bed at a certain time, to put down, if you're going on a date with your husband, to put it down in your planner, and to schedule time to clean your house and schedule time to do this. But really giving yourself that, rather than just saying, I have all day to do whatever I want, and I work for myself, and I have all the time in the world. You're not teaching anyone anything great when you just decide, I have all the flexibility in the world, and you're not giving yourself any kind of discipline whatsoever. Being a single woman, you guys, I have a lot more time than women who maybe have children or a husband and they've got to be places. But I also have less opportunity to reach out to different groups of people. When you're married, and I had a national sales director, I think it was Dacia Wiegand, that said this, and I was so grateful that she said it. She said, when I was single, I had so much time. I had so much time, and it was tricky because I had to make sure I was acting in my time and really scheduling. When you have children and a husband, you have a kind of a set schedule, and it really helps, but you also have opportunities to reach out. Mommy's club, going to school, dropping the kids off, basketball team, all these different things of women that are coming to you and creating a relationship. So in a single world, for me, I really had to say, what am I implementing myself? And so my church is important because it also builds relationships. When I go to different things that I've planned on, it builds different relationships. So you guys have to really be grateful for any phase of life that you're in and use it for your advantage rather than a disadvantage and feeling like, oh, well, I can't do this, or, well, you have all the time in the world and that's why you could be successful. Well, you have this and that's why you're successful. And just don't do that. Don't do that. Just put your schedule down, look at what you have available to you, and only measure yourself to yourself, okay? I also wanted to say these 3 different lines. Tammy Brown had a hotline a couple years ago when I was in DIQ 4 years ago. DIQ means Director in Qualification, and that's a process of becoming a sales director. It's like that 4-month program where you become a sales director and everything turns to gold, and you're working about 25 to 30 hours a week. Half of those are in your home, half of those are out, but it's consistent work and the money is awesome. So while I was doing that, I felt like I was running myself rampant, and I was putting my scheduling and trying to get everything done. And I was a full-time student when I started school. When I started Mary Kay, I was working 16 credit hours, and I was working 20 hours a week. Now I quit my job after 3 weeks because I realized with Mary Kay I was going to make more. But Tammy Brown said, maybe split your days off in 3 sections. So she said, this is a little bit different, but I think this one says 6 to 12, 12 to 6, and 6 to 10 p.m. So here's an interesting fact. If you choose to sleep in until 12, you chose that to be personal time. You chose to sleep. So if you're going to work full-time Mary Kay, Tammy Brown taught that 2 of these equals full-time, and 1 of them can be personal. So you could definitely sleep in all day and have parties the rest of it. That's great. But that means you're working, you're working. Okay. Now, it was really helpful, you guys. I think she did it like 9 until 1. She did like 3 or 4 hour increments because of parties, 2 hours with an hour of travel time or whatever. So she did like 9 in the morning until 1 o'clock until, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 until 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 until 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5 till 9. So it was 9 to 1, 1 to 5, and 5 to 9. And she said, when I work 2 of those time slots, I could have the middle off, so I could pick up my kids, make this, do this. Maybe I had a nighttime party, so I held this with my family. Or maybe I'm going to work full time today, so I'm going to work in the morning and I'm going to work the afternoon. But at nighttime, I'm going to do movie night and party night. I'm going to have so much fun with my family or my friends. I'm going to take a break. And so that really helped me be able to really block out my time to know that I really am balancing my time. Now, when you're in position of a big goal and you're in the position of moving and transferring to a big goal, there might not be as much balance, but at the very beginning of your business, it is critical to understand the balance of a Mary Kay business so that when you do choose to work more, you know how to validate when you're not working. So the whole goal is that you don't need to feel bad when you're choosing not to work, but also you don't have to not work because sometimes we just fail to plan, and so we fail completely because we just didn't plan what we wanted. Okay, so I learned something from that, and it's been something I've really implemented. I kind of go away from it and come back to it, but every time I go back to really solidifying and looking at my time management, it makes everything better. Okay. So that's this one, and that's the attainable portion. You have to decide, where's your faith in your planner? Where's your family? So as a single woman, I got conflicted, and I know we have a few single women in our unit, so I want to be able to talk about that because it's hard. It's not always talked about because Mary Kay is designed for married women with a full-time job and 2 children. So if you don't have those 3 things, it should be easier, right? Okay, so being a single woman, you guys, the attainability is you got to figure out, okay, if I want this much money, or if I want this kind of relationship, or do I want to grow in this area? And so reaching those things and matching your willing and your want has to meet in the middle to give you that attainability. Okay. So for 2 + 2 + 2, you can say, okay, 2 hour time slots, that's 4 hours, maybe an hour of booking and an hour of behind the scenes time. So that's 6 hours of work. Okay, and then you go to your planner and you find your 2 hour time slots. So let's look at this next week for me. So I haven't done this all. Okay, so I have my open house right here. My yellow time is my personal time. You could do whatever colors you want. My green time is Mary Kay money making time. I have a debut party. I have, that shouldn't be, gosh, that's my nail appointment. That should not be green. And then I have meeting night, and then I have appointments on Monday with you guys, yay! So with interviews and different things, and then I have church, and I have things that I want to be going to. So this is not all done. I should have done that a little bit better, but I didn't want to overload you guys with it. But what you'll do, like when I was going to school, you guys, I put my school in first because I had to do it, and I would put school, church, things that were important to me, my faith. So family, that's what I was getting at. So as far as family goes, I ultimately wanted to have a family. So I would really take that family time. So I'd have faith time, and family was like my personal time. I chose to make sure that I had extra personal time because family time is so crucial, you guys. It's crucial to have family time, and it's crucial to grow yourself in that way, that if you are single, that family time can sometimes be hard where you're like, I need family time, and my family's in Portland, so I don't see them a lot. And so I chose to take that family time, and sometimes I'd say, okay, I'm going to go on a date every single week. And then I was like, I don't want to go on a date anymore. And then, but I tried to make a point, okay, I'm going to have a girls' night every single week, or I'm going to have this. Now, I'm not a huge party person, but I enjoy spending time with people that I care about. And so I'm someone who likes maybe more one-on-one. I like crafting. I like painting. I like I like to sing. I like to dance. I like to have fun. I like to be goofy. I like to, I like to do those things. I don't necessarily love to do some other things that people might love to do. I also like to work out, and I know that that's part of that. I need to work out because I have so much energy, and sometimes we have worries and things, and we need to do things, but we choose not to do them. So it affects other things in our life. The thing that makes me really excited and happy in life is like when I know that my schedule is just like, I feel really good about my schedule, and I feel really good about what I'm doing, and I have planned. Like my confidence, you guys, goes through the roof when I have planned my schedule. I can't tell you how awesome I feel. Like even though it took time and it did not make me money yet, right? It didn't make you money. So it's pink time. There's a lot of pink time on my planner. And so as far as like that personal time, it's my nails getting done, my hair getting done. It's my personal studies. It's I'm going to go work out for 4 hours. Yeah, I'm going to work out for 4 hours because I need to go work out for 4 hours. And that could be walking. It could be running. It could be crafting. You could book a crafting time. But when you're doing that, that means you turn off your phone. That means you choose not to book during that time, or you do whatever. A lot of times when I want to give myself personal time, I can't fully appreciate it if I haven't worked somewhat, or binge on Netflix for 5 hours. I don't care what you do, but I feel like you want to make sure that the whole purpose of balancing is that you don't feel guilty when you're doing any of these things. So when you are with your faith, you're not feeling guilty. You're not working or with your family. When you're with your family, you're not feeling guilty because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And then you don't enjoy your family time. And when you're working Mary Kay, you don't feel guilty being away from your family because you just spent time with them. Okay. That is very crucial. And as a single woman, it's not something that I necessarily get the same experience of experiencing as other people that already have a family, but it's something I get to watch, and I get to implement now with my personal things. The business is 85% in your head, you guys. So it's really important that when you're with your husband, when you're with someone that you care about, you are with that person. Try not to be on your phone. We had the Achievers. Congratulations, Danny and Mika and Becca, for coming with me to lunch. You guys were such a great company. We learned about Africa. It was so much fun. We talked about Peter Pan and pirates, and we all found out we're all like, not all of us. Some of us have a little bit nerdy side to us, which is fine, and that's just so fun. It was really fun. I'm excited for next week because I know so many of you are wanting to go to lunch with us, and I'm just excited to go to lunch with you. Honestly, I'm like super excited. That was like so fun. And I just forgot what I was saying. So funny. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying, and some of you are like yelling at me right now. You were saying this. Well, I can't hear you. So okay. Anyways, okay, so SMART, specific, measurable, attainable. I always forget what the R is, and I feel like sometimes I do this different, but I believe that it's reachable, but it could be something else. Reachable and attainable, I feel like that's the same thing, so I kind of get confused on that one. Let me go back to that, but tracking. T is for tracking. Okay, you attract number grows. We kind of already talked about this and touched on it. So when you track it on your planner, how I track my things on my planner is maybe you write the weekly goal, and maybe your weekly goal is going to go right here. Now, here's a spot for your 6 most important less things. If you guys really read this planner, it's genius. All the things to track for taxes are down here, and this is awesome. I've kept every planner. And I would suggest keeping all your planners because it's really awesome to look back and like, oh, what was I doing when I was doing awesome? Like, what was I doing? I remember Jen told me that to look back, and it was really helpful. The other one is they've got awesome quotes up here. And like this one is, courage is part of doing what we fear to do and doing it well. Like you don't just, yeah, I just think that's so awesome. Just think that's awesome. Okay, so let's say the weekly challenge is here. So maybe in the 6 most important list, you're going to put the weekly challenge, or maybe you put the weekly challenge on the side right here so that you know what the weekly challenge is. So for me, our weekly challenge for this next week, when I did this, would be 2 + 2 + 2. So maybe I write it right there, 2 + 2 + 2. 2 parties, 2 interviews, $200 in sales. Okay. And then maybe I put, so this week when I do the next one, I'll do it here. And then color code, you guys. Okay, so green for me stands for money making. Anything that I do with Mary Kay that's going to make me money. As far as booking, when I at least get 1 to 2 bookings, I feel like that's awesome. So I can mark those 2 hours it took me to get however many bookings, I can mark it in green. When I take, when I do a party, that's green. Okay. When I do a PMS appointment, that's green. When I deliver product and I bring a Christmas basket and I tell her to make me a wish list, that could be technically green. Okay. If you are out and about and you have samples and you're going to go deliver that little time like in there, you can kind of mark green. So green is money making. Things are going to make me money. Bookings, interviews, things like that. Okay. Interviews for you. Yes, they do make you money. So yes, it's green. Okay. Now, yellow, I do for my personal time because I really like this color. I think it's really pretty and it's bright. It's like the sun. It makes me excited. It's my personal time. Okay. It's my Zumba class. It's my nails. It's my hair. It's my personal me time. Okay. Just me. Okay. Like all that, but it doesn't have to do with like scripture study or something. Okay. The scripture study or like my faith is blue. Okay. My faith is blue. I don't use these, guys. It's way easier to do highlighters because this bleeds through, but can't find my blue one. Okay, so my faith is blue. So church is blue. My family night is blue. You know, those things are blue. Scripture study, that's blue. Okay. Orange is, I don't really like orange very much, to be honest with you. So orange can be whatever you want. I feel like a lot of times orange can be, if I had another JOB, I remember I made that purple. Like put my other JOB as purple, but orange can be, you know, something else. I don't remember what I do it. Red is for date night. So your hubby, your date night is hot. Pull up, Parker, what do I say? Your date night's hot, sizzling. You put hearts around it and circle it. You make sure that he knows you're excited to go out with him. Okay. So if you have a whole day for a date night, I'm like, my voice is being weird. I don't know why. But if you have a whole day for a date night, you just mark it red. And I think that was so cool because for me, I was like, oh, okay. So I just mark things red sometimes. And anytime I would go on a date, I would kind of look through. And anyway, so this is like date night for your hubby. Okay. All right. Now, pink is Mary Kay time that does not make you money. So all that stuff in the back, when I clean my mirrors and trays, when I'm printing things out, I'm making my binder, all of those things, you guys, that is Mary Kay time that I need to put into my business, but it's not making me money right now, but I have to do it right here. This planning session is pink time. This is not going to make you money, but you need to do it. The last thing, you guys, I'm going to talk about is educating yourself on a daily basis. I am really proud of you guys for just listening here right now to me on this live broadcasting, and it went longer than I wanted, but I had a lot to go over with you guys, and I want to be able to be spending more time to share with you. So if you are on this, like if you listen, please comment below and say like, okay, this is what I learned. I'm so excited about this. If you have a recruit that's not on our page, I don't really know if you can link them or if I need to link them, but have them add a friend to me and then I'll link them into here. And I think you can add people. I think you guys can add people yourself, and then I can accept them or something, or any of you guys can accept them. So get them on here because it's so crucial, you guys. I'll be spending a lot more time with you to train yourself. But the last thing I want to talk about is the training Mary Kay Ash provides on our Mary Kay in Touch website. If you have not gotten on there, I'm going to challenge you guys every day this next week to get on every week before meeting and see what happens. Like every day, take 30 minutes, put it in your planner when you're going to do that pink time of personal training. If you're scared about colors, go on YouTube and look Mary Kay makeover and look at them doing it. Now, if you ever find something that's shady or it's not like a national sales director or something doing it, don't listen to it. But if you're looking at someone and you're wanting to learn from them, train yourself. You guys, I know Jen Kirkham would always talk how she would constantly train herself on Mary Kay, on her Mary Kay business. And I remember during school, I'd have earbuds in my ears. I'd be listening to Hotline. I'd be taking notes. I would text Jen Kirkham, my sales director, and I would text her what I learned. Hotline was crucial for me to build a relationship with my sales director, to learn how to trust, to build a relationship with my recruiter. Ladies who are recruiters, Hotline, it should be non-negotiable because your recruits need to watch you do it first. So if you want to have them come to you, you know, Voxing me is a great option because you always have that that in. And so, you know, building your business on the highest ethics, integrity, loyalty is going to start with having it to yourself, making your planner, sticking to your plan, and being a woman of your word, because all of you are going to be awesome. Okay, so have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.